You know what was really fun about working with Chris Pratt? We had a baby. We had babies at the same time, like around the same time. So like, I mean, he's great to work with because he's a great guy, but also just like afterwards, just trading like parenting tips was really helpful, you know?
This show is not at all what it seems like on the surface. There's so many twists and turns along the way. So talk about the ride the audience will be on while watching.
Oh, I mean, you said it. It's going to be a roller coaster. You know, I mean, there's this great story of this brotherhood within James Reese and his Navy SEALs and the mission that they're on, and just how it all unfolds and the elements that come into it. And it's full of surprises. And then you get, you know, Constance, who plays Katie, and myself play Tony, and everyone's just searching for truth, trying to fight for truth. And then the truth is revealed in the end, which I can't really get into, obviously.
You can't give it away. You can't give it away, but you can.
But it's a great ride. It's gonna blow them away.
I will attest, without giving anything away myself, I did watch it and it did blow me away. Crazy.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it was so good. And Constance, I loved you. Like, your role in it was so amazing. And it was different than what we've seen you do before. Why did you want to make this jump into this role? And what specifically was it about this role that you were like, this is the perfect role for me?
Well, I mean, for every role I choose, I'm honestly just trying to do something different than the last thing. I like to sort of stretch my muscles as an actor. And the last thing I had done was Hustlers, where I played a stripper. So I was like, oh, a war journalist, this is different than a stripper. You know, and then before the stripper, I did a rom-com, and then I was a tiger mom before that. And my next role, I'm doing a movie musical for kids, right? So I just try to do something different. And this was very different. It was a genre I'd never really done before. But the writing was good. Mm. So that's why I was like, it just kept me hooked. The suspense was great. And so just the fact that it was something different to try. I liked the writers. The whole team was so lovely to work with. Yeah, so that's sort of why I was just like, this is the thing I want to try right now. And I really enjoyed it and enjoyed working with everybody on it.
I love it. And JD, you know, this series, like you said, it's a roller coaster, but we also are going to dive deep into like the mental state of a soldier returning from home after a very traumatic experience. What are you hoping fans get out of this?
You know, I think, I mean, besides being entertained, because that's why we do this, you know, so that everyone is entertained and, you know, not all of us get to experience that life of a soldier, or the life of a journalist, or the life of an FBI agent who's on the chase. I think it's just the understanding and empathy for these characters. You know, they're all seeking truth, and it's you know, not to get too much into it, but it is tragic what James Reese goes through.
Yeah. And what a lot of our veterans.
Absolutely.
Like, yeah.
Absolutely. I mean,
yeah.
You know, it's you know, we salute our veterans. We salute the men and women who you know, are in the military and fight for this country. And they're just, you go in one way and you come out a different way, you know. And I have a father who's a veteran, 30 years a Marine, and I got to see firsthand what it's done to him. So I think, along with telling a story, along with this action and the drama and the suspense, I think it's just empathy for these characters, and just an understanding that they're human beings, seeing something, witnessing something, and being a part of something that you're not really meant to be a part of.
Yeah.
Mm. And you guys actually worked with real life Navy SEALs in front and behind the camera, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they're different. They're different. They're
like the highest level of
the skill,
abilities. I mean,
the
I can't even tread water.
You know,
I can't either.
You know,
but you know, a lot of them were telling me how like they do not go in cold water anymore. They're like, I hate cold water, because all their training was done. That's what they do. So they will not do it anymore. But no, it's so impressive. You know, just their their mental strength, you know, to have a job and to put their feelings aside and to go do it. And it's a mission. So yeah, it was fun running around with those guys.
It's different than running around with actors.
It's so different.
In a great way.
Actors take vans.
Yeah, actors are vans.
Actors take vans.
Yeah.
Those guys run up hills. And
they just run. It's so funny. Constance, how was working with Chris Pratt? Like, why was he the perfect person to star in this show?
You know what was really fun about working with Chris Pratt? We had a baby. We had babies at the same time, like around the same time. So like, I mean, he's great to work with because he's a great guy, but also just like afterwards, just trading like parenting tips was really helpful, you know? But also one thing I loved about working with him on this project was his personal passion for it. Like he really brought this whole thing to fruition, and how much it meant to him, and working with actors who are just really excited about and passionate about their projects is just, it's the best thing. And he's also just like a funny, great guy. So
that's what everyone says. That's what everyone says. But how was filming as a new mama?
That was a challenge, just because it was my first job back working as a mom. And I was so lucky that the crew, everybody was so supportive of my needs. Like, even though this show is kind of like a macho guy show, I feel like behind the scenes, it was very family oriented, like very maternal, almost. Like they made sure I had time to like pump or like get on the phone with the pediatrician. Like they really cared about family and my kid and making sure I felt supported as a mother. So I couldn't have asked for a better experience as my first experience back to work after giving birth.
That's amazing. That is totally amazing.
It's really, I was really lucky for that. Yeah.